What's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. Good morning. How are you doing? That's how I'm doing today. I'm okay though. I'm getting better. I feel a lot better. No, I don't. Pardon me if I cough a little. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about that Montana case a little bit more. Now, I don't mean to beat the living crap out of a stupid dead horse, but I'm gonna. Just a little bit. Because you see, there's a certain enlightenment I received from just watching this court case. Something that I didn't really pay attention to before. And that is the fact at how obviously wrong that they are. Like, when people are like, oh, they must have got paid under the table, they should be investigated for corruption. I agree. Because this case is so obviously wrong. Like, when you read it out loud, they're trying to say that this clergy should not have to report and they should handle it in-house. They're okay. They're good. Like, when you read that out loud, you're like, that's dumb. And that should not happen. Are you kidding me? That's like reading something that say, okay, we think that law enforcement officers should smoke crack just to see what crackheads go through. Like, on paper, you're like, I mean, immediately, no. Like, no. Like, that's not even up for discussion. That's dumb. We're not going to do that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that should go. Because you have common sense. And that makes me just think about the Jehovah Witness organization altogether. There are very simple things you can do when you have common sense. And I'm not going to for a moment like just try to act like Jehovah Witnesses don't have common sense. They do. They just have to be encouraged to use it a little bit more. First off, you got to understand why you have common sense. Common sense is a protection for you. Because you shouldn't be taken out by obviously wrong things. You know what I'm saying? If you buy a piece of meat at the store and you take it out the wrapping and it smells horrible, common sense is you returning that to the store to get your money back or get some fresher meat. Because if you don't use common sense and you say, you know what, I'm really hungry, and you try to season it out, when you're sitting on the toilet, vomiting out of your mouth and your butthole, it's gonna make sense. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have ate that. Now I feel incredibly sick. I should probably go to a hospital. I might have worms. Common sense could have saved you from that situation. You understand? That's how valuable common sense is. Now, why am I talking about common sense? Well, it's simple. Let's do some simple common sense type stuff, okay? You believe in God, right? And you also believe that God is the most loyal, understanding, and forgiving creature that ever existed, right? He's far more loyal, far more understanding, and far more forgiving than you are, you yourself. Have anybody in your life ever did something that would piss you off, and you know, they knew they was going to piss you off and they still did it? Did you forgive them? You did? Did they have to turn in a letter or like be gone for a while? You probably had to, you know, get them out your face for a little while, right? But eventually when you were ready, you forgave them, right? They didn't have to wait 6 months and then turn in a letter. Most of the times, if somebody just apologized and they actually mean it, that's usually all it takes for somebody to be forgiven. Usually. Depending on what they done. If I catch you humping my dog, a simple sorry ain't gonna work. I'm gonna need you to apologize to me and my dog and not come over for a while and never be alone with my dog again. But the reason I'm even bringing this up is, if you were to say out loud, just out loud, that your brother, sister, father, mother, son, daughter, good friend, best friend, God doesn't want you to have them in your life if they done something to anger God. You understand me? Does that make sense to you when you say it out loud? God doesn't want me to talk to somebody who I love and I cherish because of something they did to him. Does that make sense to you? That the most loving, loyal, and forgiving creature that has ever existed would be that petty? Does that make any sense to you? I want to know. And I want you to think about it, because if it makes sense to you, I want you to really think about why that makes sense. Because it shouldn't make sense. They shouldn't have anything to do with your relationship with God. Not one thing does. Why do other people need to be involved with your relationship with God? Oh, I can't talk to you. God's mad at you. Are you kidding me? Where does that work at? Because you see, this is the thing. When you use your common sense, when you ask obvious questions, you think God is okay with people who are predators to kids could get away with it? You know what I mean? Not have to go to jail. And because there wasn't 2 witnesses, they could just wait till God come and get them. You think God will be okay with that? Say it out loud. And you let me know. Because I personally don't think he would be. See, this is the thing that I need you to understand. There are predators out there. And you need to understand how predators behave. Let's say lions, right? They wanted to do what they do. They eat other smaller animals, okay? Some even bigger animals, they eat them too. But the point is this. If they were smart enough and they didn't want to have to work and hunt and chase their food down, how would they behave to get their food? If they didn't want to have to chase after them and they wanted to just outsmart their food in order to eat them, how would they behave? How would a lion behave if they were smart enough to outsmart their food instead of chasing them and hunting them down? How would they behave? First off, they'd say they have their best interests at heart. No, we're not here to eat you. That's so 2019. We're in the new millennia. We don't eat other animals no more. Now we just work with them. And they'll tell them all these nice and beautiful things and these thought-provoking. They'll even do certain things where you're like, wow, that was so nice of that lion. He didn't have to do that. But we all know the goal of the lion. But you'd have to understand that the lion will not let the goal be known to the people they're trying to eat. It's counterproductive. So what will the lions do? Because this is the thing. Even though they're trying to hide it and they're trying not to do it, the lion is going to still from time to time get caught being a lion. And when it's caught being a lion, what is it going to say to the animals that catch it? They're going to tell you that no, your common sense is wrong. Your common sense is not right. You think you saw something, but you absolutely didn't. Don't trust your common sense. That's what the lion's going to tell them. While the buffalo come, hey lion, what's all that red stuff around your mouth and claws? What is that? Oh, I was eating a strawberry shortcake. It was all red. Really? Looks like blood. No, it's strawberry shortcake. Really? I don't think lions even eat strawberry shortcake. I'm pretty sure you eat other animals. Well, I ate strawberry shortcake today. And if you don't have faith in my strawberry shortcake eating ability, I don't even know why you're here. You should leave. You understand me? This is why I'm telling you, your common sense is a protection meant for you to be able to get out of easily escapable situations. And any organization that tells you not to trust your common sense, not to sit up and really think about what's happening in front of you and balancing it out, you shouldn't trust that organization or that lion. Because you're going to catch them doing stuff they're not supposed to do. A lion can only not be a lion for so long. Eventually, they're going to need to eat. And that's the moment when you can use your common sense and see that they're doing something wrong. The Jehovah Witnesses, the Jehovah Witness organization, is in court fighting against the ability to actually have a good investigation. People trained and schooled on investigations they don't want. They want somebody who follows the two-witness rule, probably the worst investigational tactic anybody could ever use. Because when you contact law enforcement, they use DNA, data, computers, a lot of people, witnesses too, and they use everything to find the truth, the actual truth. My common sense immediately says any organization that doesn't want that has something to hide. So to all my Jehovah Witnesses that's watching this video, I'm not calling you dumb, I'm not calling you stupid, I'm not saying you don't have common sense. I'm saying to use that common sense and balance it out. Look in the mirror and say, should I never have anything to do with my family and friends because they sinned against God? Does that make sense? Does the disfellowshipping rule make sense? Ask yourself that question. And then think about this for 1 second. What if you were to go against that rule? What if there's somebody you ain't seen or talked to in years that you used to have the greatest relationship with ever? What if you just did not pay attention to that rule and you went to that person and you gave them a big old hug? The euphoria that you know you would feel, I need you to now look in the mirror and say, God would be angry. You have two incredibly happy people who really, really, really miss each other, finally embracing, finally feeling that happiness and that euphoria, and you're telling me that God would be angered by that. It don't make sense. And your common sense should protect you from stuff like that. Anyway, man, I hope y'all having a great day. I really hope y'all listening to this video and you take what I'm saying to heart and you try it out. Try it out. Say it out loud. Does this make any sense? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. I hope y'all having a great day. Subscribe if you haven't. Deuces.